Welcome to the Winter 2020 Commencement Ceremony for the College of Arts and Humanities at the University of Maryland. Congratulations, graduates. Congratulations, families, friends, loved ones, faculty and staff, all who are joining us, wherever you may be. Welcome to this important celebration. I am Bonnie Thornton Dill, professor in the Harriet Tubman Department of Women, Gender, and Sexuality Studies, and Dean of the College of Arts and Humanities. First, I want to ask everyone to stop, take a deep breath, and release your biggest sigh of the year. Whew. We made it. We made it to the end of 2020 and to graduation day. Congratulations again. Each year at commencement, I point out that it is a rite of passage, a threshold between past and future, a passageway that separates who you were before from who you will become. In 2020, however, you have experienced perhaps the most profound marker between an earlier life and a new future that you may ever experience in your lifetime. The twin pandemics of COVID-19 and a reckoning with the historic US struggle against systemic racism. You will spend much of your life reflecting upon and seeking to understand how your college experience, marked by these watershed events, affects your future. In a recent speech, a friend of mine told the following story. Her 9-year-old son came home from school one day very excited because he had begun a unit on history. After telling her some of the things he'd learned, he asked, "Mommy, what is history anyway?" She replied in a manner she considered age appropriate. "History is the stories people tell about their lives." Well, what are the stories you will tell about your life in these trying times? About who you were in college and before the pandemics? About who you are becoming and how you navigated the options and opportunities that came after graduation? Well, first, on behalf of the college, I want to thank you for the opportunity to be part of your story. As faculty and staff at the university, we are honored to have had the privilege of helping you create your story. We hope that the combination of our expertise and passion for the subjects we study and teach, and our belief in the power of education to transform lives, and your willingness to open yourselves to new information and understandings, that all of that will make your Maryland story one that illustrates your hard work, one that is alive with detail, texture, and nuance, and a story that is seen as the launch of a thirst for knowledge that grows into a commitment to lifelong learning. We are excited to celebrate with you as you step into a new phase of your life. Whether you are graduating cum laude, or as some would say, thank you, Laude, we know that you are ready, world ready. How do I say that with such confidence? Because I know that we are celebrating a group of people who are among one of the most incredible cohorts of students in the university's history. Students who have persevered through unimaginable circumstances to be able to participate in only the second virtual commencement for the college. Through unstable internet connections, dropped calls, pets and family members appearing unexpectedly on your Zoom screen, among other remote or hybrid learning frustrations, you persisted. Through feelings of fear, despair, anxiety, and sadness, coupled with empathy, comfort, and even joy in relating to others, you persisted. To get here, You have adapted well in the face of adversity, trauma, and significant stress. Your ability to persist has empowered you to grow and even improve your life along the way. That is the process that the American Psychological Association describes as resilience. You are and you have been resilient. I think about resilience as a muscle because it becomes stronger the more you exercise it. The stories you tell about your life will, I'm sure, have lots of examples of when, where, and how you exercise that muscle. These stories will also convey how, as students of the arts and humanities, you gained some very important habits of mind, ways of thinking and learning that amplified your ability to be resilient. Let's listen to what some of our graduates have to say about how they feel their ARHU degree has made them ready, resilient, and or relevant for this ever-changing world.
I am really excited to graduate.
It's been a long time coming.
Graduating is bittersweet.
I'm like 98% excited, 2% sad.
I'm much more thorough. I'm much more critical.
My degree has allowed me to learn how important the arts are in society.
Being a student of the arts and humanities, I feel like has really taught me how to analyze situations through a more empathetic lens.
Milkman stopped waving and narrowed his eyes. You could just make out Qatar's head and shoulders in the dark. About my life,
we're always analyzing authors' motivations in terms of how they've constructed things. And I just feel like that's helped me understand how people in the world act.
I've been able to read the stories and read historical sources of people who have undergone pandemics and crises in their own day and age that aren't too unlike what we are experiencing. Reflecting on what it means to be human and how we stay connected will guide us as we seek to bring about changes in our world.
It's just inherent for humans to communicate and want to learn different ways to communicate. And I've always liked writing more than talking. Thanks to my ARHU degree, I've been able to come out of my shell more. I've learned more about humanity as a whole, so I've become more empathetic, and that's given me the tools I need to communicate better.
The university has given me a place where I could reflect on social and cultural issues through literature, such as immigration, identity. And I discovered new ways that I can identify myself like Latinx. And it has given me an opportunity to dissect literature, to actually see it with different eyes and different lenses. I cannot read a book the same way as I did it before.
It's allowed me to learn more about history, about the women that have come before me in the fight for liberation. And it's also just allowed me to become a more well-rounded person as I learn more about intersectionality, as I learn more about becoming a better ally. It's really just allowed me to expand my knowledge and my fight as I fight for marginalized groups and marginalized communities.
Studying ethics, and especially studying social philosophy, you learn a lot about the decisions people make, but also why they make those decisions. And there are a lot of fallacies and different ways that people structure arguments that sort of invalidates what they're saying, even if you agree with them. The writing skills, the critical thinking skills, the logic skills, they're helping me in my job right now.
Being able to critique other people's artwork really helped me in my psych major as well, just because you really have to ask yourself in both cases where the person was coming from, why they might have said something or done something differently than you would have done. Art has really helped me get through this pandemic because I enjoy doing it, but also I turn to it in other hardships.
My ARHU degree has made me into a broad musician. I'm capable of adapting to any type of musical situation. During my time at the College of Arts and Humanities, I was able to participate in many professional-level musical performances spanning from the Renaissance until now, and was able to collaborate with dancers, actors, set designers, and production crews from the School of Theater, Dance, and Performance Studies.
I ended up taking on a major in Spanish, a major in linguistics, a minor in U.S. Latino Studies, and a certificate in language science. My role as a student leader president of the Linguistics Club, has taught me so much about delegation. And in order to know what people are good at and what they like to do, you have to listen to them. And I'm proud to say that now, at the end of my UMD career, I am no longer that student who does the whole group project.
The Department of Communication definitely gives you the flexibility to get the most out of your program. You just have such an opportunity to take a wide range of diverse courses. I have had a couple of different internships working in communications and marketing media. I've really been able to take on tasks and challenges that I feel have really prepared me for grad school.
Graduating during a global pandemic is very stressful. Through studying history, specifically studying the Florentine plague from the 1500s, I'm reminded that hard times do not last forever, and they were able to get through it, so I know that we can get through it too.
The ARHU degree has helped me prepare for an ever-changing world really in a couple fundamental ways. It's given me a much higher, I think, tolerance for ambiguity. In fields of ancient studies, you really have to be comfortable with significant gaps in human knowledge. My ARHU degree has really helped me get much more comfortable with the different question marks.
A lot of the questions that we have, we don't have answers to, and I really do believe that my ARHU degree has allowed me to push myself forward, ask those hard questions without hesitation, and think outside the box. My degree has also taught me to be compassionate. When I look at an individual, I look at the intersectionalities that they hold, the layers that they hold. I am Muslim, I'm American, I'm Bangladeshi, I'm first gen, and so just by looking at me, you would have not known that. Now you see all those different layers of who I am, and that's kind of how I will be looking at everybody else moving forward with my degree. In an ever-changing world, being compassionate is really the key.
I feel hope that we can move forward through this pandemic.
You're never really done. You're always learning.
My parents promised me the day that I graduated from college, they would get me a bulldog puppy, and his name is Hercules.
I can't wait to plant my feet in the world.
I'm just really thankful to have been a part of the University of Maryland and the College of Arts and Humanities. I'm super thankful, and I hope I make you guys proud.
Wow. Listening to these graduates fills me with pride and hope. Their reflections demonstrate so clearly the talents and passions that they are taking into the world. Even as you transition into an economy that's been shaken to the core by this pandemic, I want to assure you that with confidence like that conveyed here, you will not only survive the challenges ahead, you will thrive. Your arts and humanities education has prepared you to be versatile and adaptable in a rapidly changing world. You have the knowledge and skills employers seek. You write well, read critically, listen actively, communicate effectively, and think creatively. You are culturally aware and linguistically adept. You are world wise. Let me break this down. You have learned to interpret and contextualize current controversies and debates as both a product of U.S. history and culture and as part of the broad sweep of human civilization. You are prepared to interrogate the narrative arc of human experiences and illuminate their ethical implications. You are aware of the immense power of words and understand how the legacy of the past is shaping the present. You've explored creative ways to convey a variety of experiences and to express feelings ranging from joy to despair. And you do so in ways that can bring people together to see and hear one another across differences and begin the process of developing empathy. You speak with knowledge about issues of identity, belonging, and cultural expression, and you are prepared to become leaders in addressing the many challenges before us to end racism and to ensure social justice, cross-cultural communication, diversity and inclusion a sustainable planet, and equitable public health. In other words, your studies have provided you a broad variety of equipment to use as you continue to exercise your resiliency muscles in both your professional and personal life. It's true that this pandemic may elongate the timeline for getting to your next step, but your intellectual breadth and flexibility will help you see and create opportunities for yourself and for others. So as you leave Maryland and continue to create your story, I encourage you to do so around 5 motifs. Allowing these motifs to shape your story, I believe, will deepen your resilience, help you make a good living, and most important, ensure that you create a meaningful and impactful life. First of these is that you find purpose that feeds your mind. Embrace it with passion that fills your spirit. Apply persistence to accomplish your goals. Offer patience to yourselves and others during trying times. And finally, when you encounter pain, use the passion and emotional intelligence that grows out of that experience toward a purpose that will improve humankind. With purpose, passion, persistence, patience, and pain turned to purpose, your story will be one that you will be proud to share for years to come. Congratulations, Terps, and best wishes for rest, peace, and joy through the holiday season and into the new year. Thank you.